today we're going to be making the hallway to the Hello Neighbor house, Act 3. I made the kitchen separately, not on a video. It's a little bit wonky, like this wall right here. I'm going to glue that later, but we're going to make the hallway. I'm going to take the blue and unwrap it. Alright. Now let's cut some of this out. Put that over there. Take a big chunk out of it. And then we will flatten it. I realized that I had to flatten this with my fingers first because it is not flattening well. It just crumbles up the paper even more. Alright, we rolled it out a little bit. We just gotta get this even bigger because you know how big the hallway is. Start out by cutting even more blue so we can get the perfect amount for the floor. There we go. Seems like it's enough. Gotten pretty far. It's just that it's a little bit there's cracks in it. So let's flatten it out all this together to make the hallway with this little tool here. So what we do is, yikes, we take it and we kind of just maneuver it onto there. Now it's time to use this because it's a little bit I accidentally scratched it up, but I still gave it in, so let's flatten it all the way out now. Now that we've flattened it out, we're gonna cut it to scale. We're gonna cut it all the way to the size that it's supposed to be. So let's do it. Now it's time to cut it. Because I finished flattening it down to the scale. So we need to do a straight cut, straight cut, straight cut, straight cut. So let's do that now. So I'll cut it about right here. Clean straight cut right down. There we go. And then I'll do right here. Ugh. I'll do that right here. Actually, yeah. See how it turns out. It looks good. Dang it, I need to put more up here. So let's do that now. Alright, so you cut it again since it was too big. And let's cut it, we've made it to scale again. Flattened it, whatever. So let's cut it out. So right here about. Right here, all right. Looks good. Perfect. So that is the structure for the hallway. Right there. Oh yeah, and further, make sure to like and subscribe because I need subscribers. Anyways, let's get back into it. I'm going to have to cut down and make the floorboards. Like, I'll cut a straight line. Like, not straight. Make a few lines. Going this way. Do like this, this. So I'm like cutting it to make it look like floorboards. Some cracks. And now we clean it all off. And we finish the floor. So now the walls are actually green. So let's get out our green. Start sculpting again for the walls. Taking out my older green clay, which I partly used for the kitchen to clean off our plastic knife. And we'll take this clump I got, and then we'll flatten it out like before. We'll need more than that. Cut that out. And, alright, I'm gonna shape that in, see what it looks like. I made this little wobbly wall. We're gonna make sure it can fit on here. So let's cut it now. I think it can fit. So I'll do it like right here. So it's not small, but it's like medium. And then right here. Alright, now that we cut it, we're going to cut out the doorway. It should be like right here. Alright, let's make like the wall marks. And that is the first wall. It'll go right here. Alright, so put that right there. And we're gonna make, not yet, I won't use white yet. But I will make, oh wait, the front wall. We obviously forgot about that. So let's do it. So I put out this little wall. I cut one of the sides. I'm just trying to measure it if it will be long enough. I mean, like, fits like to scale. And so far it looks like the width will be okay. Alright, let's measure it to the other wall. Looks like, did I cut this? Dang it, it looks a little bit crooked. Yep, it is. Honestly, let me just cut it out because we don't really need it to be that big. sure it fits the door frame. Wait. Alright, I'll go up here. Cut. Alright. That is almost perfect. There's a little like button. Little button. Right here. So I gotta cut that off. Bye-bye button. Yeah, there we go. This is what we have so far. I'm gonna make this little tiny wall right here. I'm pretty sure that has a window. I gotta make some of like the furniture. There's just a bench here and then like coat hanger. So we don't even have to do that because that's just coat hanger. But I think I want to do a cabinet the next time I do the clay sculpture, which will be, actually, no, I'll do this hallway going down, which will have the cabinet right here instead. So, let's do these little walls and then we'll get onto the basement door. All right, first, we perfectly, I think, have enough of this. So let's start like flattening it. All right, so we got it cut out. Now we have to, rolled out. Now we have to actually cut it out. So let's measure it up. Well, that's ginormous compared to it. But I'm gonna cut down here first, because the first step that we need to do. Now we actually have to measure it perfectly, because we cannot have an overlap at all. So I'll mark it like right here, and then we'll cut that up. Ooh, I almost broke the entire wall and I almost had to do it again. That's probably gonna happen because I am not a expert on this stuff. So it'll be like right there. Shoot. Right about there. Alright, got it down. Let's cut it. Gotta cut out, and let's do the wall little scrapes. Okay, put that right where. Wait, I totally forgot about the little window on the door frame wall. So let's cut that out. My camera just fell over, or my phone, whatever. Anyways, let's cut it out now. We'll cut a tiny little window out. It's like a little diameter square. Yikes. Alright, let me cut it a little bit higher up. Oh no. Gotta get that out of there. And got it. Alright, you got the window out. And we'll do the other little part of the wall now. Alright, we got it. Here it is. Now, oh shoot. Let me remeasure this. Oh, that's exactly where I needed it. Let's cut the bottom. Bottom cut. And the top cut. And then we'll cut out the sides. But first, let me cut out like the weird looking sides first, because I'll have a lot of space left to actually cut the real part out. Take that all, put it right back into the part. I'll just have it be that size, but I'm gonna need to cut this off first, and then how big would this be? Just about that size. That's perfect. But I gotta flatten that out first. So let's like push it. Oof. Alright, that's perfect. Made this wall, made the front door wall, made that little tiny wall, and made this little tiny wall. Up next is the basement door. Yay! Alright, let's build it. Alright. Orange. And that's the door color, so let's cut this out first. The green. And push it down. And take it. Alright. There's your little green section. And now we're going to flatten it out even more. Guess what? I think this is perfect. Let me just put the slice marks there and there. So we will cut the clay like that, right up. And then we'll cut the clay up like that. And then we gotta measure it up to this little piece over here. Oh wow. It's like perfect size. And it's right about here. That is the perfect diagonal. And we'll cut it down. And next up is the door, so let's cut out a door frame. I feel like the basement door is ginormous, so to make it ginormous. So we cut it out. That's the basement door right there. I mean like the door frame. I'll show you in a second. There we go. That's the basement door frame. Alright, I'm making the little marks. Alright, now time for the door. So I'll cut out like a tiny bit of it and then take it off right here. And we will shape it into the door. Alright, here's the door. We have to cut it out though first. So let's cut it right there. And we will cut it right there. Alright, cutting this out, perfect, the animal, and this one out. Put a little bit of green on the door so it looks more like damaged. And I can't see. Alright. Is that the perfect door? Yep. Alright, let's make like the little shapes. Alright, there's our mini door. Alright, I placed the door inside. Let's get our little tool. We'll press it down. Well, thankfully it actually did it. Because I did not want to have to like keep doing random things. Alright. For some reason it was a little bit off of scale, so I had to recut that. Anyways, this is our basement door without the stuff on it. And now, to make the doors with our white clay, and that'll be it for now. And then, oh no. Yeah, I have to make the furniture, like, just the bench and then the stuff that goes on the door. So, let's make the doors first. I made the first door, so I'm going to give it the detail it needs to be a door. Right, and up here. So put that right here and we'll mold it down with this. So here we go. Mold down, mold down, mold down. It's molding down, it's molding down. I mean, it's sculpting down. Oh no, it looks a little bit weird. Let me flatten that out. Alright, so I flattened it out. Let's cut it back to how it was before. Because it came a little bit out of the scale. And then we'll redo the detail so it's just pre-made in there. So that's the first door. Here it is, the wall behind it. Alright, now let's do the last door. So I kind of sculpted out. Let me just finish putting it down. And I'll cut it. There. There. Oh no. Alright, 1 second. I accidentally just ripped it. Let's put that back down with my trusty dusty tool. Alright, that's good. And we'll take these edges off. Alright, and take that off. Check out the height. It's too tall. Oh gosh, that was way out of scale. I accidentally did that wrong. That. Let's see. Alright, That looks good. Let's cut the bottom of it. Right, and that looks good. Put that back. There's my little tool here. I'll smooth it out. And I'll put in the detail now. Alright, that's the second door done. So, finish all the doors. Now time to just add, oh wait, I'll put in the card swipe thing first, so I don't have to go all the way back again and do it. Because I'm not the type of person to do that. So I'll cut this bottom piece off. Have the little box. Put it right on there. Not too high up. Right here. Perfect. And then we need a little bit of green, a little dot. Put this right on here. And then the red. I'll get some of my red. Take a little dot. Well, it's just red in my hand now. But I'll put this on here. First, we'll cut it. But we'll put this on here. Then we got a card swipe. And now I'm going to make the boards right here with the brown. 2 boards. Little boards. 2 little boards. I bought a bunch of black, but I just realized that I won't be needing a bunch of black because I only need them for the screws. So, put this in like this, and I'll cut it. I'll smooth it. Smooth that in first. And I'll cut it in half that way. I'll cut it in half the other way too. Like that. Alright. Oh, that's way too big. I'll cut it in half again this way. Yep, perfect. I'm gonna put it down right here. Nope, that's just like, only do 1 board, honestly. Oh no, I'll put the second one under it. Alright, one of the final objectives, items, are the nails. So I'm gonna need 2 in each, like little black dots. Black dot. Black dot. Black dot. And So there we go. I finished the basement door. And now all I need to do is the bench. So let's get our red. We'll cut, chop, chop, chop. We'll chop it up. Get only a little bit of red because we don't need that much. Because it's only a little bit. It's like a little poop. Anyways, so bench goes like this. Oh my gosh. That off. Well, that's even cooler. It makes it look like an older bench that's like been sitting there for 10 years straight with no one doing anything. Take the corners off, and then that's a good little bench there. And then we're going to just make little legs, bench legs. So we'll make 4 little legs. Two legs, and then the final 2 legs, and then the final 2, and then. All right, here we go. All right, we have finished with it all, so. The screen back where it came from, put it back, and then we'll take the red, wrap it back up, take all the pencils that I used, take my white, so this is the baking tray right here. And I'll see you guys right when this is done baking. So, yeah. See you right then. In like 2 seconds because of camera. But in reality, you'll see in like maybe 15 minutes. Alright. Here we go. The clay is baked it, so it's firm. Alright, so I'm going to glue it in a second. So let's just put that there. Oh, I'm gonna glue it. Alright, so I finished. I glued it all together. This is the hallway right here. So it's a little bit of glue right here, but I gotta make this wall next time, and this room is gonna be next, another hallway, and then the room.